Shut up, Teddy.
Teddy, whatever you're thinking about doing, I'll do it.
We're live. Live? We can't be live. I'm by myself. Are we on the right page? I mean, this is a legit question.
Probably the AC unit.
Oh, it's probably my dog.
No, it's Louie's mic. It's pointing at his shirt. This is the pre-game show. We're still getting ready.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've been on a face-to-face basis.
Yeah. What do we do? I forgot.
Talk fish.
We make up stuff about fishing.
Yeah.
That's
Typically.
what it is. So this is just the pre-game
Pre-game show.
pre-game show.
That's pretty cool.
How do we? Oh, there it is.
Balance it.
This is just where we welcome you to the show. We'll get started with the actual show here soon. So let us know if you're on. Comment hello, hi. Let us know how your week's been.
Anybody fish in the rain yesterday?
How long did it rain for? Would it stop like 2 o'clock?
Somewhere in there, yeah.
Yeah, it was earlier than that.
Was it?
Oh, yeah.
It was a good rain. Needed it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like 1 o'clock because we
What's
left.
happening, Rick?
Rick Largell. Scott Parrish, absolutely, sir, and thank you.
Seriously.
Scott's the reason that whole thing started.
3 years ago. Thank you, sir.
What an outcome. Hey, Dawn.
Long time no see.
Dawn's actually here. And Bridie.
Probably tell people to ask questions.
And they just brought a bunch of rice and chicken. Oh. Where were you guys at tonight?
I went to prison.
Hernando County Detention Center.
How's Richard doing?
That was Richard.
All right. Jerry, if it falls under 72 degrees, we dress warm.
That's a fact. I had my onesie on today. It was much needed.
Who else? Who else? Josh O'Kane, my man. So we actually have somebody on the casting couch tonight that has more luscious hair than Zach does.
Yeah. I mean, it is.
I don't know about that.
It's one of his top
Jerry.
baits.
Luscious is a word.
Luscious, right?
Sure.
Luscious.
Is that a word? Luscious?
No, that was precious.
Luscious is a word, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you could go somewhere with it. He's not bootylicious. He's
There we go.
Oh.
Hey, maybe you should.
Dawn's right.
Yeah, you should have been here last week, Don.
Clever.
Ken Claimer. Fished Chris River last Sunday. Son-in-law's boat. Boated a few different species. 20-inch Spanish mackerel. Good deal.
Very nice.
Good eating.
Always a fun fight.
Ooh, missing Ned.
How are you, missing Ed?
Missing Ned, Billy.
Yes, I know now. Sorry, missing Ed.
Happy Friday to you as well. We have a Costa Rica night coming up.
We're gonna make that an annual thing now.
We should.
When was that?
We
July?
need a
Biannual.
bigger blender next time.
Because it's been a year and a half now. We are, and we have a bunch more coming in too.
Yeah.
Different designs and
They didn't last very long, sadly.
Josh lives in Ocala, somewhere over there.
Ocala. But yes. Oop. Perfect. Maybe can we do that on the last episode of the year? Ned, can we do it on the last episode of the year?
Is that like next week?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Right? Or is there a Friday and
No, we're almost done. The 30th.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 2 weeks.
So December 30th, we are going to do Costa Rica night.
I know. I felt
Sean-
mighty wasteful using real tequila that
Sean
night.
is requesting not to use real tequila.
Or you
it's
should just
sticky
actually drink it, Sean.
with glass and all. for those of you that don't know what we're talking about, when we found our new glasses that we would forever be faithful to, we retired our old glasses. We're not going to say any names, and we dedicated that episode to the transition to the new glasses by having and making a specialty drink called Costa Ritas, and we picked up a cheap blender.
It was the 1970s. I mean, it was built strong.
It really was.
Yeah.
And we started blending up our glasses and added a margarita mix and tequila, and it exploded all over.
Yes, I think that's what blew the glass was the tequila.
We'll take them anytime after Christmas before that Friday. It'd be awesome. Heck yeah, I am so excited for that.
Should be a good time. Pretty sure we still have the Hawaiian shirts here.
All right, again, guys, this is just a pregame show. I think it's time to go ahead and get into the actual show.
I like it.
You guys ready?
Always.
Ready? Sean, you ready? BRB.
Beyond the woods, down the twists and the turns, through the marsh lies the knowledge needed to fish the nature coast.
Dude, he came all the way out of the water.
This is Friday Night Fish Talk.
Welcome to
Friday Night Fish Talk, presented by
Phillips Auto Group.
Thank you all. Thank you all very much.
Best dealerships on the face of Earth, and not just because one of them are standing right in front of us now.
Or is it? No.
It's because he never pays attention.
Nope. No.
What'd you say what?
Welcome to Friday Night Fish Talk. Guys, tonight is free-for-all.
Free-for-all!
Free-for-all! One more time.
A free-for-all!
Free-for-all! So we, the past few episodes, we've been mobile and different tournaments and doing different stuff.
Been a very busy month.
Toy drives. So
Still
tonight, it's a free-for-all. Whatever you all want us to answer, to talk about, put it in the comments now. Please keep it fishing related, but you know what? Screw it. It's free-for-all. So if you want us to talk about it, go ahead and put it up in the comments, and we shall chat about it. We got the beautiful Captain Lewis over there with Florida Fishing Adventures on the
Hey, Louie.
financial or Nature Coast Financial Advisors Tackle Table Talk.
There you go.
And
know
then,
it's a
like I
mouthful.
said earlier, we have someone with more luscious hair than Zachary tonight. We got the Choupollet,
The mullet man.
the Mullet Man, Nurse Teddy over there on the casting couch, the Ayinde
geez.
Matthews State Farm casting couch. So, guys, if you have any questions, go ahead and start putting them up now. Brianna is back there monitoring them and will let us know. Seriously, ask away. Now, so as you all are aware, what are you laughing at? You shouldn't be laughing. As you all are aware, we had the third annual Ho 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 Fishing for Dough kayak tournament.
If y'all missed that, that was an epic weekend.
You missed a show.
Seriously.
That was
It
fun.
was good.
Yeah.
It was warm weather, but there were good fish brought in.
Oh,
For the
yeah.
third, so we have 3 launch spots that we allow anglers to launch from in Ozello, End of the Road, John Brown, and then here.
Correct.
All 3 spots allows you to fish kind of a different region of Ozello because it is a real spread out area, especially for kayakers.
Absolutely. Get a whole different vibe at each place.
And for the 3rd year in a row, the winner won from launching right here at OKM.
It's pretty sweet.
And you know what? All 98 out of the 99 anglers, I wish good luck to. But the one that won it, he has been with us since day one. Has been
He has too.
a huge Casey. Hey, Choupollet, Casey's got a question for you.
We want the full rundown.
It's a free for all.
Let me see it again.
We put that question back up, Sean.
Yeah.
There it is. So Casey wants to know, how do you get them Jerry curls?
Is it the used motor oil that I have in the back?
You know, some days when I'm having a rough day,
It keeps the rain off of it.
it does. I was thinking even about putting it in a ponytail like Zach.
Oh, there it is.
You know, it's just not long enough yet.
It would look like a poodle tail, I feel like.
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
All right. So congratulations to Scott Pritchard.
Nailed it, bro.
Nailed it, man. You killed it. Everyone did great, but you came out, and you know what? I don't think there's anyone that pre-fishes as hard as him and Scott Parrish and all those guys, but
them as a team, they came down and they put in a lot of time those 2 days before the tournament.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yep. And so congratulations, but congratulations to everyone. And the ladyfish thing, that was cool.
That was a lot of fun for the trash fish finals.
Yeah.
I like that.
Trash fish finals. I like that. Oh man. So we're playing around with some different ideas for next year to include the whole ladyfish thing. So
That's it.
because they're taking over. They're absolutely taking over. Hey Louie, so we have our first question of the night. Dale's got a good one for you.
Well, the question is, how will the grouper react to the cold snap? I can tell you that they made it really hard on all of us today. It's going to be, you know, the going trend with this water temperature falling is the fish are going to go further and further offshore. Everyone thinks that they come in when it gets cold. Yes, they do, but once it gets too cold, they start to push back out. So when the temperature falls 6-7 degrees in one night, obviously it's going to mess them up and mess anybody up. So we're hoping tomorrow will be better. As long as if it stays, you know, a gradual, you know, 55 in the morning, 65, 70 in the afternoon, you're going to have good fish until the end of the year. But kind of looks like we're going to get 40s and 30s on Christmas and stuff like that.
It sounded pretty cold here next week and a half.
So, I mean, it's just going to get harder and harder. You're going to have to fish slower and slower. You know, yes, live bait, but almost leaving it on the bottom a lot longer than you typically would. So, you know, your plugs and stuff like that, they're going to work, but they're not going to work as well. Dead bait on the bottom. Gary likes to use cut mullet. I refuse. You know, it's a difference of opinions, but it does work really well when it gets cold. So
Now, do you think it's safe to say we're a month behind in the grouper trend from last year?
Yeah, we had a weird. Well, I think what really messes up was all of November. Just messes. The weather was all over the place. We had, you know, a single cold front in the middle of it, and then we had wind all around it.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of messed up all of November. Then we had, you know, 14 days of slick, calm weather out there where we were going 20 miles. I mean, it's been a very, very weird weather fall, but the grouper fish has been really, really good. So hopefully next year it should just be stupid.
It's gonna be insane.
Be a short season. It'll be good.
Be pumped. Now, are you booked out already, or do people still have time?
I've you know, rebooked everybody that fished with me from September 10th to November, or from September 1st to November 10th. So a lot of those spots are already full, but it'll be probably before. I would imagine by the end of January I'll have that stuff all done.
So Kenneth said that he's going to post some coordinates. He said that they're coming up soon.
It's really nice of you,
For
Ken.
trout and redfish on Monday, especially on Monday.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ken. That was
It's
very
really nice
kind
of you.
Yeah, the coordinates are only good for Monday.
Yeah.
So that was very kind of you, Ken. Thank you. All right, guys, don't forget to ask those questions. So how do you fish shallow water rock piles for grouper?
That's you.
All right. You know what? This the easiest way to answer it. Don't get close. And when someone asks me, you know, how far away should you be from a rock pile? And we're talking a rock pile. We're not talking ledges.
Not a ledge,
we're not
not a
talking
crack.
drop-offs. We're talking those thousands of rock piles that we have.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone always asks, how far away should I be? You should be casting distance. And if you can't cast more than 80 feet, then good luck.
Be pretty tough.
Yep. So position yourself. You know, it's a lot different than fishing the offshore stuff. You know, we always talked about fishing up current.
Right.
With the shallow water rocks, you fish upwind.
Yeah, that's it. You want to cast with the wind.
You want to cast with the wind. The current's going to be a little less than the deeper water stuff, especially with the rocks breaking it. That's where I like chunk mullet, to be very honest, because you can sling those things. But
Yeah,
I
weight,
agree
it's
with
just a
Louie.
Solid ball.
I agree with Louie, and Louie has proven it time over time, live bait over chunk bait.
Oh yeah. Yeah, fishing with Louie when he's been with his pinfish
Now,
produces.
something else for those of you that are the artificial guys, you know, if you're being patient and you want to fish a rock pile and you want to bounce back and forth, use your cut or live bait first and then switch to artificial. You know, if they're not biting on the other stuff, then try to get a reaction shot out of them, ripping a plug or ripping no live baits needed, or, you know, any of the artificial stuff, ripping it right past them. The Maddox stuff's great. Just try to get a reaction bite if they're not hungry, because 9 out of 10 times, grouper are territorial feeders. They're not necessarily.
You can get them angry.
Yeah, so that's the whole thing. And then the other thing is, you know, spend a lot of time. Take a couple days. Don't bring any rods, and go find as many rock piles as you can, because it's really important too. Just like Louie was saying, move.
Yeah.
You know, if they're not. Or were we talking about this on camera or before? Before. So Louie was saying, you know, one rock pile, there could be fish on it, and then they could be absolutely just on fire or not on fire, but then the next one's completely opposite. Louis' famous saying is, the grouper are either there and hungry, they're there and not hungry, or they're not there. So just move around. If don't waste a lot of time. They're either going to eat or they're not going to eat. So hope that answered your question.
Sounded good to me. Use that time of the day without that rod and do a lot of exploring. There's a lot of rock piles around the original one you're fishing.
All right, this one is for the Shoopaloop. Mark Russell, Teddy, he wants to know, is the cold front going to push the trout to the inshore holes?
Good. On my trip today, we caught quite a few trout. Not a lot of keepers, but they were definitely starting to push back in the holes. So, yes.
So that they're finding sanctuary in those holes?
Yeah, once it starts settling down again, it'll be better as far as keeper size. But we did catch quite a few short trout today.
It's all about the consistency too with the weather. Yep. When you get a sudden change, the fish are on the move. They're either on the move or they're just moved.
Yeah, it was tough bite today, but we still caught fish, so it was good.
I bet you tomorrow and Sunday, the trout bite is going to be like none other.
I was gonna say, as long as that weather stays consistent for the couple of days, it's only gonna get better.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. All right, what else you guys got? These ones are too easy. Except the Jerry curl, because he really didn't answer that one.
Yeah, we need to go back.
Y'all already know.
How do you make cut bait on a hook? What's your go-to hook setup to use for cut bait? I tell you what, Sean, let's skip to the next question. I'm gonna go dig around and try to find something so we can
demonstrate some cut bait.
Ooh, let me use your palm.
I figured you were going to ask for something like that.
Let's see what we got here.
So, Rick, what's the best live bait for winter fishing?
Do muds go away? Never, Rick.
No. The mudfish is always going to be a good go-to, especially in the wintertime. They hold up extremely well. Shrimp is a good one also. But personally, you know, from watching the guides fish, shrimp catches the majority of the fish, and the mud seem to catch the larger of the fish. And that's what I've noticed watching everybody go fishing. Sadly, I don't fish them. Yeah, I run the air, but I watch fish.
I use muds today.
Tell you where they're at.
Muds produced today.
Did it?
Yeah, the bigger redfish we got. Yeah.
Ooh, let me get that one.
You want that one? That's one for Louie then.
All right, Greg, how do you work that 2-ounce head with the soft swim bait? I'm hoping he's asking about an NLBN or a Maddox. Or
he's definitely talking about artificial. He's not getting too personal here.
Yeah,
well, if you're talking about grouper, they're going to eat it on the fall just like every other fish usually does. So that let's say you have your rock pile 60, 70 feet away, you're going to throw your lure over that way past it. Let it hit the bottom, give it 15, 20 cranks, stop it, let it drift back down. A lot of times that drift back down with that tail movement is when you're going to get the bite. You're either going to get it on the initial drop or you're going to get it on the next one. And then I always tell people just reel it back in and do the same thing over and over again. You know, a lateral movement's not really what they want. They want it coming straight down to them and then coming back up, straight back to them, coming back up. That's been the best way. We've seen it work time and time again. I swear I've never seen so many fish been caught on a swim bait. But it's probably one of the most fun ways to catch those groupers as well.
So do you not continuously work that bait, bouncing it all the way back to the boat? It's just
You do, but you want it to almost come out of their sight and then go right back into it.
Okay.
You want it to come out, 15,
gotcha.
20
You just
feet.
don't want it to.
Yeah, you don't want it. I mean, you shallow stuff, yeah, a lot of people just pull them right over it. But out there in 25-foot of water, which is where that bait is usually worked really, really
Especially
well.
on the 2 ounce.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
Whatever you do, don't throw it like shallow. Don't throw it on the spot. Throw
Yeah,
it as
go
far past as you can. So
Send it beyond.
those heavy-weighted jig heads, you can absolutely sling them. So I mean, if you're going to toss those heavy-weighted jig heads right on the spot, you're probably going to get them a little curious.
Yeah.
Want that one?
Yeah, I'll take that.
Love
All right.
Ned rigs.
Yeah.
All right, that's-
Teddy wants a Ned rig one.
Go ahead, Nettie.
Netty.
Nettie.
Netty
Coach
Teddy.
Netty.
I might have to start doing that. Just specifically Ned rigs. Yeah, Scott, they'll definitely work. When we fish together, those spots that we fished, you could definitely throw those in there. Just working it slow though, just like the shrimp.
I mean, Billy, and the Ned rig's what we fished up in Steenahatchee.
Okay. Yeah.
And
I was about to say, what's a Ned rig?
it's like the wobble jig head, basically.
Yeah, it's like a big football before the hook.
Yeah, Z-Man makes a really awesome one. Anything in the muddy areas, if you slam that thing, and Jeff Page taught me that, you slam that thing against the mud and it stirs it all up, drives him crazy. Is the fly
This one's for you, Gary.
pulling good this time of year?
He wants to know if a river runs through it, it's any good for this time of year.
The what?
Fly pulling. You know that stuff Sean likes to do?
Oh,
Where they throw the chicken out there?
it's like a bow and arrow.
Yeah, pretty much.
Bow and arrow
Yeah.
toss.
Exactly.
No, it's always awful.
The triple haul and
Fly pulling. Sean, I'm ready for Catherine now.
too bad. You get a different one.
What's the best time of the year for flounder in your area?
I love when
Best
people ask about
artificial
flounder
and
in
live
our area.
bait techniques.
Go ahead, Teddy. I've seen you catch a flounder
Those
before.
Ned
I did
rigs,
catch a good one.
Those Ned rigs are awesome for flounder.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
imagine so. Some that, messes with a little bit of sand on the bottom, anything that drags the
I
bottom.
found a nice little flounder on the airboat today.
Well, fall and spring.
Yeah,
right?
fall and spring. When your trout are around, flounders are around too. Same.
Have you caught any big flounder offshore this year?
Yeah, a couple of. I usually catch them when it's warmer though. I would imagine that's because that's where they are when it's warmer. I wouldn't want to be in this 90-degree water anyways. So.
Thank you, Eloy. Appreciate that. All right, let's get to this cut mullet. So I'm excited. I've already ruined this koozie. So can we zoom in over here by chance? Okay. All right. How do you rig cut bait on a hook? What's your go-to setup for use with cut bait? All right. Stacy. As soon as we get set up over here. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, so picture this, your mullet or ladyfish. These are actual size baits. Oops, sorry. These are actual size baits that I'm talking about right here. So there we go. Let's say this is the head. Let's say this is the head. All right, we're gonna cut a chunk size off with this Bubba knife. All right. And that's
That's
the
a
actual
heavily used
size
Bubba
bait
knife.
that I like to use. Now, I do not have any circle hooks, so if we're targeting grouper, we have to use circle hooks. So just picture this is a circle. What I do is I come right up here. So this is the top of this is gonna be your the belly fat down here on the mullet. I come right up to the top and I kind of use the point of the hook to kind of take a couple scales away, or at least pop them up. And then I get in that skin and I just barely pierce the top of the skin.
I was about to say
Golly.
that's not gonna be.
That's why you go through the skin. It's really tough. It holds on the hook well.
I thought the Bubba knife wasn't sharp or something, but no. There we go. All right, here we go. Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah, this ought to be great.
What the heck is going on?
We're
Okay.
about to do a demonstration on how to remove a hook.
That's a big hook. I would not want to do that one.
There it is. All right. Stacy, that is how I rig my mullet. Just like that, right at the top. A little bit of blood on the finger. And when you go to cast that thing, it's going to sling a country mile, but it's nice and secure. And then I don't use any weight when I'm using chunk mullet. It's heavy enough, it's going to sink on its own. And then I just literally cast it and it does its thing. So
Yeah, Captain Gary says the same thing all the time.
Oh, Sean's got a question. No, I go just above it. I'm literally going.
Just piercing the skin itself.
Yeah, I'm giving a little piercing on top of the skin.
Why is that?
Because you have more exposure, the hook. Because if you got to go underneath of that, sorry, there it is. If you have to go underneath of that spine, then that barb and that hook is going to be buried way under there. So, and then I let this thing sit. I don't move it, don't touch it. Slack line. And you were saying it perfect earlier, Louie, about this time of the year when it's cold, which this is when I like using this stuff because they're slowing biting. They still have to feed, but they're not as territorial feeding as much. So this is where it just kind of settles down, and they're going to come out and sniff it, and we all like our mullets.
I was going to say, out of a whole mullet, you're probably getting what, about 5, 6 pieces maybe?
Yeah, 4,
maybe?
5, 6, depends on the size of it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I definitely use big because if you don't go this, the other thing that this does too is the pinfish and the rabbit fish, those other fish are going to come up here and just start pecking away at it, which also causes a lot of tension. So if you use a smaller piece, when you reel it back, it's only going to be skin. It's going to look just like this, all deflated like a football.
Yeah. Coming back as a little skin ring.
Did Short Point produce bull reds this year? Where's Short Point?
I'll answer this one.
He's producing the show.
Yeah.
Shark Point or Short Point?
Short
I don't even know
point
what Short Point
is the
That's beyond my territory.
it's the spoil banks, the inside point on the spoil banks.
There's been a bunch of bull reds down south on those rock piles inshore, like the Fowl area, Chaz.
So, Rick, to answer your question, yeah, they were crazy for about 4 hours all year long, and you should have been there. It was nuts.
4 hours.
I'll tell you what, it was crazy. That was the day that, we probably caught 500 of them between 4 boats. It was absolutely nuts. Then they were gone.
So Sean, what do you think we go to a commercial break real quick, right after, and then when we come back, Louie, we have one left downstairs, and it's actually upstairs right now. But Louie's going to go over that sweet little piece of equipment behind him
That's
there.
cool piece.
So we'll be right back.
Phillips Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Ocala has been serving North Central Florida since 1997. Family owned and operated, Phillips' knowledgeable sales staff will help you find the right vehicle for your needs. Join the Jeep Club, tow a boat in a new truck, or feel the power of Mopar performance. Come to Phillips Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Ocala and get your dream ride, or visit us online at phillipscjdr.com today.
Carry him here now.
How big is it? We're live, aren't we?
4 foot, 4.5. All right, we're back.
Hey guys, I'm here to talk about this eco cooler or cooler. What is it? It's a kayak
Made by Eco.
made by Eco Coolers. This is not my kayak. This probably could be Brody's kayak, but I think he already has one.
Yep.
It's 4.5 feet long, very stable apparently. The table doesn't really be able to show that, but super stable, super good for kids. I'm sure that when I was a kid, I had something kind of like it. A lot of storage. But it's down there in the marina. They'll throw it in the water for you to test it out if you want to. I think that there's a little video, if Sean's going to listen to me while I'm talking, that's going to show how stable it is and how Brody was able to paddle it all day and stuff like that. Comes with a seat, right?
Very.
Or
Yeah, it comes with a seat.
Or am I
and a
just giving
paddle.
stuff away now?
$300.
Comes with a seat. The seat's $300?
No, it's crazy. The kayak, the seat, and the
seat's
paddle.
$300. Kayak comes with it. Got it.
And it's a nice paddle too.
It is.
I couldn't believe it when we saw this at the Stone Crab Jam.
Jam.
And I asked them the price. I was thinking $600-700.
Jam.
And then they told me $300. And I was like, all right, there's no way this thing is stable. And I mean, check this video out. It's insane. This was like 20-mile-an-hour winds this
Got a
day.
plug.
Cast.
Wait, let me go behind you.
Go ahead. Cast that way.
Dad,
Good job.
got it over there.
Oh!
Tough boy.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. You want me to hook you? There you go. You're unhooked. Whoa! All right, keep him right there. Yeah, keep him right there. Keep him right there. I'm coming. All right, keep him right there. Hold on. You don't want to hurt. How about that? How about that? It's on.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, so I mean, as you guys can see, that thing, I thought it was like a gimmick kind of thing.
Right.
To be honest, and Eco is super reputable. They're
They
awesome.
are. Their coolers are off the chain. I mean, everything they make is really nice quality. Pretty cool to see they're getting into the kayak
I
side.
just couldn't fathom something that short being that stable. But the day after that Brody took it home, him and my mom paddled 5 miles.
That's awesome.
My mom said it tracked great.
Yeah,
So-
must have ran the whole Halls River.
If you have young kids, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years old,
You don't have to take them on yours. Get them
Yeah.
their own.
get them their own. Teach them young. That's a great little unit right there. And it's got not the Yak Attack attachments. I forgot what they told me is it's some other brand. It's got some sort of attachment or kayak fishing attachment and stuff, but it's got the dry storage that Louie's going through. Highly recommend it.
Pretty sweet product.
Now, we should really test that thing out, and you and Louie should have a race down the canal. We'll bring Brody. That's our last one.
I'm down for that.
Should we also do a kayak race at the end of the year? Yeah.
It's gonna be cold.
Yeah. Christmas Day. let's do
Something
it.
tells me that's not gonna be an option.
Oh, Sean had a great idea.
Jeez, that's so far.
We're gonna mothership Billy and Louie all the way out to Tank Key, and then they're gonna race back to here.
Just need a good west wind.
a good one. Need a hurricane.
I would put $500 down to see this, to the winner. Now, Billy, have you ever kayaked before? We all know Louie has.
That's for
It
sure.
has been some years.
All right, let's get back to.
I think we should do it from tank to pelican.
Take to Billy. All right, what else you guys got for us on this free for all Friday? Teddy's being awfully quiet over there, so let's.
I was told not to talk.
Oh. Any other questions, Sean? So I guess somebody said that apparently now we're going to start seeing a lot of people buying koozies and using them for bait. Got me good. It was pretty rusty too. So we'll see what
Nice.
happens tomorrow.
This thing's like a catamaran.
Miss Doreen
It's a nice setup.
with Fender has a question for you, Billy.
Get the muds. Marina, yes, we do, Mom. We have
Plenty
mud.
of muds,
Yep,
yeah.
we got mud minnows here. Ready for bait?
I'm bringing some of them out grouper fishing tomorrow.
There it is.
There is some studs in there.
She's been catching some monster mud minnows.
Really?
No, not Mom.
Oh, gotcha.
Bait lady.
Any more bonefish? Josh wants to know. Have you guys heard of any more bonefish?
I have not actually. Not since Billy caught his.
Yeah, the same fishing guy that caught one of the, I think it was like 4 or 5 of the bonefish that were caught here. He just caught a yellowtail snapper.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, here. Yeah. He's all about those exotic.
Who
Yeah, I
was
think
it?
Casey caught one a week or two ago.
A yellowtail?
Yeah. Or it was some other name. If you're still watching, Case, tell them the name of that thing.
Becoming tropical here.
What's the snapper-like fish that we've been getting in our pinfish
Lane
traps?
snappers.
Those are lane snappers.
Yeah.
They've been everywhere.
Yeah, they're really good bait too. I'm just kidding.
They're not good baits.
Not at
I
all.
bet they would be good baits.
I don't think they would be. They're kind of. No, they're not good baits.
No, because we would release them right away
Just
with all the sea bass.
Just like the sea bass.
Any other questions?
Why the
Let's get a
pinfish
good
traps. Everything else
question
is
for Teddy,
trash.
guys. What do you guys? All this stuff is way too easy. What do you got for us? ready for another question from Casey. He's got some good
Oh
ones.
gosh,
Right?
those aren't even questions.
What did he call the pole?
Fly polling.
Fly pole.
Fly pulling.
He has a lot of words for fly fishing.
Casey's a funny guy.
He is
You
a
ever just
funny
sit
guy.
down and talk to him? He's a funny
He's a
guy.
good guy too.
Yep.
Where'd you see the majority of your fish today, Teddy?
Both inside, outside.
Yeah.
Inside, outside of what?
Maybe. What do you mean? The water.
I'm not telling it.
Elaborate a little bit. Inside of.
All right,
He's
so
like Carlos when he goes fishing.
Yeah.
when I left this morning at 8, there was a lot of water, so we went out to Fish Creek Islands, Gray Mare Islands, found fish there. Not a lot of bait at all. Actually, I just fished islands I normally fish without any bait, jumping, rolling, nothing. And that's where we picked up one keeper, and we caught some shorts. And then once the tide dropped out, we ran into the creeks, and we ended up catching more fish there, which is where those trout came from. And some more short reds and another keeper red. We lost some fish too, but I would say pretty close to half and half. We caught more inside.
Playing back in the creeks.
Yeah, inside the creeks.
So at any point today, did you see any mullet jumping or loping when it warmed up anytime?
When it warmed up, you can kind of like see it. It just got real gradual of a change in bait activity, and still wasn't a lot though. It was just maybe one jump here, one jump there. Schools of mullet weren't very thick, and you know the normal, if you see bait, fish it, did work, but it wasn't as active. So it was definitely tougher to fish.
You know what's so crazy is last night we went duck hunting and we hunted right there around Gray Mare.
Yeah, I know where
And
you
there
guys
was
were.
mullet everywhere.
Hmm.
Schools of mullet. All the mullet guys were out there. You know, there were guys saying they were getting 4,000 or 5,000 pounds yesterday, and now you go out there today and there's no mullet.
So they took them
There's
all.
still a lot.
I don't think they took them all.
Running on the airboat, there's mullet
I'm sure there
everywhere.
are.
Were
I
they
think-
jumping? Were they active?
No,
No,
not
they're-
whatsoever.
yeah.
Running schools of them over though.
Do you think it's that quick pressure change?
Oh,
Yeah,
for sure.
definitely.
Somebody's had a question. Pinfish trap bait of choice. Louie?
Threadfin herring.
Teddy?
Threadfin herring. Actually, no, I got another good one. Publix fried chicken.
Yeah.
That
agree.
works very well.
Yep.
And
I
it
agree.
gives you dinner. So.
So
Not if you put it in the trap.
Well, no, you got to eat a couple pieces, and then you put the rest in the
Get a
trap.
12-piece.
Yeah,
So-
there you go.
so
Family meal.
I agree, especially the threadfin.
Mm-hmm.
But after the kayak tournament, we had all those ladyfish.
Oh yeah.
Thought they would produce more. Not that great.
Really?
No.
Bummer.
Nothing. At least they weren't comparable to the white bait and the threadfin. And
Yeah, I still had bait in
Yeah.
there, but not in the big numbers that they were.
now Zach and I did a test one time, and I want to say we used a can of catfish,
Cat food.
cat food, yeah.
Yeah.
And we poked some holes in it, and then put that with a mullet or something where mullet doesn't produce as much pinfish, and that actually it was like the same amount as a threadfin.
Okay.
Because I think what it is those pinfish start beating all that white bait up, and it spreads out the oils and
Oh
it
yeah, get the
lures
scales,
them all
everything else
in.
in.
Yeah, so
Kind of like the cat food would.
but threadfin by far. So Sean, how do you tie a FG knot? So we were trying it with the rope earlier, and it was tough with rope. It was really tough with rope. So I'm gonna have to figure out.
We'll do a video.
Yeah, there we go.
Sorry,
do a
Sean.
video.
You just talked yourself into having to do a video.
Is there any mono or anything back there?
Yeah, somewhere. Bree usually messes up all my stuff here.
All right, Teddy, this one's for you, boss.
What are some must-haves on a mud boat to run Ozello?
A mud boat motor,
Yep, you need a mud boat motor.
bilge pump,
Bilge pump, yeah, just in case if you hit some rocks.
spud poles.
Yeah, I don't have spud poles on mine, Louie, but I do use them to actually
we know
push
why.
me. Huh? Yeah. Power poles is what I run on my boat, dual, just because I don't like the boat swaying at all. And when you have clients in the boat who necessarily don't know how to fish, they need to, not move too much, because when they move, that line gets tight. And a lot of times we're fishing structure, so that structure is going to get you snagged. So dual power poles keep you in place pretty much spot on. I run a trolling motor as well when I'm fishing deeper water. And yeah.
Do you take a smaller tackle box on your mud boat versus your big boat?
No, I use my one tackle box. It's like a goodie box. It has everything in it. So if I want to throw this one day or throw that one day, it's right there.
Nice.
Bait cooler, however, if you don't have a live well, which I don't have a live well, I use a smaller bait cooler for my bait. And that holds the shrimp pretty well, and it can actually hold mud minnows with it as well too. So, question from
this
Carlos.
one's for Lou Bear.
Uh-oh, for Louie.
Okay. Yeah, but all right, we'll figure it out.
Question for Louie. After December 31st, what species are worth
Look at
going
how
after
close he is.
in your grouper fishing grounds? I mean, there's plenty of grunts, plenty of mangrove snappers. There's going to be a ton of sheepshead out there. We've actually already seen those. We've been trying to stay away from them. Cause
The sheepshead?
Yeah, they're just, you don't really want to clean sheepshead and grouper in the same day. There's, your hands will probably fall off. But yeah, anything out there in 25 foot is going to be sheepshead, mangrove snapper, grunts. Next year, the mangroves, they've got something coming after November 10th. So we'll definitely be seeing a whole lot more of that. We'll be talking a whole lot more about mangrove snapper next year.
Well,
There it is.
I'm excited for sheepshead. Sean, do you offer fly fishing classes?
He's still in class.
Excited for you, Scott? Yes. All right. So, if I can get a volunteer to hold this up. The only reason why, well, I can't do it from this side.
Oh,
though.
my.
Yeah. All right. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not going to BS. Surface drive versus gator tail. Surface drive, right?
Gator tail makes the surface drive.
Yeah, they're the same thing.
So
Long tail versus
It's technically
surface.
long tail versus short tail.
Yep.
Your long tail is more for like slow, dredging through stuff. Your gator tail. Your short tail is more for speed and kind of what we do around here.
I tell you what, like Justin Diamond used to run a long tail versus his surface drive now, and the places he used to get us into with that long tail was actually pretty wild.
Oh, for sure. You
I mean,
definitely
he used
can
to
go
use that as a tool.
Oh yeah.
Wouldn't even have it running and use it like a push pole.
You can use it as an anchor too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean there's some advantages to that long tail for sure.
Pick it up, push off banks with it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely used it for a tool.
Sean, is this even going to show up?
It
Yes,
looks
close
like
enough.
it.
So I'm not going to lie to you guys. I learned this off of the Salt Strength videos on YouTube.
Strong.
So strong.
Salt Strong.
Salt strength.
They do great knot tying videos, really awesome. The one thing that I've always noticed about the FG knot, it's a pain in the butt to tie while you're on the boat because of wind.
Oh.
Except when I saw those guys giving this little tip. So this right here, we're reenacting this big green egg coal pusher as a rod. So what I've been doing is I've been taking that rod, this is the braid from it, and putting it in the rod holder on the boat. And then
I'm the rod holder.
Billy's the rod holder. That's right. That's right.
Nothing new there.
And
Well, that
then
went south.
I just wrap this line around my pinky because you always want constant strength, tightness on your braid from your rod. So I just tie it onto my right pinky, so I'm right-handed. So then I take the leader and put it over the top of the braid. Hopefully you guys can see this. And then literally just weave it back and forth, up and over, up and over, up and over.
So you're technically just making an X over and over.
Yeah, exactly.
Even an X.
Up and over 16 times.
It's a Chinese finger trap knot.
Yeah. If you
I
pull
can see
tight
that.
enough, too.
Yeah,
Unless you don't have a pinky.
that's right.
Yeah, that's going to be tough for Don.
Wait, Don, you don't. Oh shoot! I never even noticed.
You've never
Have you
shaken
never
Don's
shaken his
have you?
hand?
Yeah, I haven't. I didn't notice when I did though.
Usually when people notice is when they
Yeah, I didn't.
Or when he
notice at all.
says, "Call you later."
Yeah.
That's funny.
All right,
great.
so literally, guys,
I
this
think you swear. I wouldn't.
just go up and over 16 times, just like that.
That's great.
and then just kind of pull tight from every direction. Then you're just going to do a half hitch knot over just the braid. And this is what's going to lock in the FG knot. Just like that. And then once that's tied, then you can release that braid and it's locked in. And then give it a good pull, because you want that braid to really like just suck into the fluoro. And then you're going to line up your fluoro and your braid together. And then use your braid to do 3 more half hitches. Thank you. After cutting off all that. There it is. And then so you're going to line up your braid and your fluoro together just like that. And then do 3 more half hitches nice and tight. Really, I mean, for grouper lately, I've just been doing 1 or 2 after this, and it's all been holding. We'll just do 2 here. So, and then after that, after I tie my hook onto the leader, then I'll hook it onto one of my eye-rings on the boat, and then we're going to snip that, and then you can snip the tag end of the fluoro all the way back. And then you've got a real small knot that'll go right through it. There we go. Right through an eyelet, nice and easy. So I've definitely found this to be one of my favorites for grouper casting, especially because it's about next to impossible not to have the clients reel these through the eyes of the tips of the rods. But this one will slide right through.
Pretty sweet.
But again, just go to Salt Strong, exactly like what I did to learn that. So.
It's definitely explained in detail.
Chris. Oh, yeah. Who's going to be the season opener for the Florida Redfish Series out of the Sea Marina January 28th? I think who's going to be the winner of that. There's going to be a lot of new talent there.
Can I sign up?
Yeah.
Ooh, I might do that.
All you have to do is fish 2.
Yeah, I think we're going to go up there that weekend anyways.
All you have to do is fish 2, and then you're automatically into the championship round.
Very cool.
So, but the kayak division has grown big time. So
that's what you like, isn't it?
For all of you that fish the Ho 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 Fishing for Dough kayak tournament, look into that Florida Redfish Series, because you can go all over the state of Florida. There's going to be a lot of new areas that we've never fished before.
No,
so you have to use the same boat?
You do not.
Okay.
You can't use a mud boat. You can't use an airboat. And I want to say there's a size limit. It's like 16 feet or 15 feet or something.
Okay.
Chris, correct me if I'm wrong. What is the size limit of a boat that you can use? But you cannot use a mud boat or airboat. So, but you don't have to use the same boat for each tournament.
Oh, that's good.
I thought last year that you had to use the same boat for every tournament.
Sending that T-craft in some places it shouldn't.
Yeah.
You were stable.
Well, if the new boat doesn't come in by January, we're using the T-craft up there. So
yeah.
Mud motor versus jet foot, and why?
There's a couple of good reasons
There's pros and
on
cons.
both sides.
Yeah, pros and cons.
Depends where you're
Yeah.
fishing.
I want to hear Teddy's outlook on this.
If you're running it year round, your jet's going to get clogged with grass. If you're in the winter, you're fishing holes like we do in the mud boats, probably won't be able to get on plane, because those mud motors are designed to go through that tough mud, or whatever, as long as it's not hard bottom. But that's what helps you get up on top of the water, and I don't think a jet would do the same as the mud boat. What do you think, Louie?
A jet definitely has a time and a place. I mean, I've never driven one or been involved, but I can definitely see how if you're running super, super shallow with a lot of grass, like if you're on this side of Crystal River, I would imagine that it would be a very tough place to run a jet. There's a lot of grass, a lot of low muddy areas. That stuff's going to get sucked up real bad. In Yankeetown, I know a lot of people run those, but a lot of times they're running over, rock flats that, are 2 or 3 inches or whatnot. A lot of mud, not a ton of grass. So that's where your mud or your your jet would probably do a whole lot better. And of course, you can get a jet to what, like a 150 or something like that.
Oh no, they go up there.
You can go way up there. So you can definitely get way more horsepower out of a jet than you can a mud boat. A lot of times, that we like to run our mud boats, ragged, really, really hard, trying to run through anything. It's not necessarily how you need to run it. So a jet would obviously be a little bit easier on that, easier to drive, easier on maintenance, stuff like that.
Absolutely. The only downfall for this area, it is a big vacuum.
Yeah.
It's a big vacuum with the grass beds that we have, the oyster shell that we have. I know a couple of captains that have ran them, a couple of people that have ran them. They are great certain times of the year. The speed's nice. As long as you are on plane, they run and spit. And that's the coolest thing. But you will not get on plane and spit where you can in a mud motor.
No.
Yeah, that's my biggest.
Yep.
How many fishing cabins does OKM offer in Ozello?
We have one.
As of right now.
As of the moment, we have one of our own.
Yeah, I was going to say, but if you go onto the website, there's some awesome...
Yeah, we list a few of the good neighbors that have some rentals here.
Yeah. Like
So.
the Keys to Escape.
Mm-hmm.
That one's bad.
Pretty sweet place.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet place.
All right, can we do the giveaway question now? Are you ready for that?
What are you
So
trying to give
I've
away?
got a good question.
Yeah?
This is what we're giving away tonight. Sweet Phillips Toyota hat.
Oh, that looks like the one you're wearing.
Yep, but different color though. Is it?
Oh,
That's
it's
close.
used versus new.
I actually like that one better. A Sweet Phillips Toyota hat. Florida Insider Fishing Report goodie baggie. They sponsored the Ho Ho Fishing for Dough and the Fishing for Blue tournament. There's some
Thank you,
cool
Florida Insider
stickers
Fishing
and stuff in here. And then a OKM Cares Ho Ho Fishing for Dough small shirt, 'cause we only have smalls left.
Yeah.
So we've got the new artwork on there. Throw that in there, throw this in there. And then what shirt is this? This is a Yamaha XTO Offshore Yamaha shirt. It's the extra large.
What I'm wearing.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And
Give us a spin, Billy.
tonight's topic, 5 koozies. So you've got a limited
Koozie
bait
bait.
for those shallow water grouper rocks. 5
Plenty of bait.
koozies there.
Make sure to use a 2-ounce weight with that because they float very well.
That's it. And yeah, I think that's a good goodie bag. So tonight's question, first 6 people to answer this correctly, is going to get added to the Extreme Decalz Reel of Fortune. So after we ask the question, I said we go ahead and go to the Extreme Decalz Catch of the Week. Davis Dobson, what color of braid and poundage works best at Ozello? You're going to get 4 different answers here. I
Yeah.
can tell you that right now.
Good question though.
It is
Do
a
the
very good
question
question.
first?
Yeah, Teddy likes pink.
Yeah. He's into those bright, flamboyant colors.
All right, so we're going to ask the secret question first, and then we'll go to that question. All right, what is the name of Captain Nurse Teddy Choupet's
Coach.
bit coach? Oh, yeah, we forgot the nickname. What's the name of his business, of his charter business? What is the name of his charter business? Yeah, Coach's Charters. You should probably switch it to that.
No, absolutely.
Nurse
Coach's
Coach.
Catch.
So the first 6 people to answer that correctly, what is the name of Captain Teddy Choupet's?
Everyone's looking through Facebook. Because I don't even use my business Facebook all that much.
Tell them to make
Usually
sure
it's
they
just my
like
main.
it too.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Make sure you like his page when you do find it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
make
shoot,
sure-
might as well.
Exactly. Make sure
Book
you
a
share
trip
this.
too. I mean, you know.
Shop dog fishing. I like it. All right, Teddy, what's your favorite color braid in Ozello, inshore?
Can I have 2?
No.
I really like orange. Because when you're casting against the mangroves, you can actually see your line, and it gives you good depth perception, especially for people who don't know how to cast well or
I was going to
cast
say,
too far. You know,
I could truly see that with clients.
yeah,
Absolutely.
it works good.
I could 100% see that with having clients.
Yeah, it looks cool. Looks cool too.
Yeah.
Louie?
Do the fish really care? No,
No,
you
they
produce
don't. They
fish.
really
No,
don't.
I think we've had this conversation on Friday Night Fish Talk about 20 times now on if the color matters. I have not found that it does. I use green in my mud boat because it matches my mud boat, and I use blue in my Gulf Shore because it matches my Gulf Shore. So 10-pound braid,
Solid blue or blue
inshore
camo?
fishing, blue camo,
Oh, I
of
knew it.
course. So no, it doesn't matter. Just braid, 10-pound
Billy, what's your favorite color
motor oil.
of braid, and what? Wow, this many people knew that his name is a business name. Gosh, when we asked mine, it was like went on for 3 hours.
That's true.
Yeah, I remember.
Nobody knew who you were.
Hey, and Rick Largell's not on here.
Phew.
Wow.
He wasn't fast enough.
Sorry, Rick.
Billy, what's your favorite color braid
My favorite color braid.
and size?
I'm gonna end up with about a 10-pound green. I've been,
Like the moss green.
the moss green. I've been very happy with that. Gary, you use it quite a bit, and it's nice. I can't find it in water, so maybe the fish can't either.
So my favorite color in Ozello is white. The spider wire Visibraid.
Yeah.
Big fan of it. 10-pound all day long. And but I've got those backup spools that are spooled with the moss green or the camo green.
It was like
whatever.
a camo green, yeah.
Yeah, that when we go up to Steenahatchee, we switch over to that.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason, I don't know, those fish
Good
like
stuff.
green up there. So,
But on average, like 10, 15 pounds here in Ozello.
all right. What? Tropic 8 weight. All right, is that a fly polling thing? Yeah, fly polling. All right, Captain Teddy, why don't you go over there to the Hydro Deck Extreme Decals. Oh, wait, we got to do
Catch of the week.
Extreme Decalz Catch of the Week. Also a big sponsor of the Ho-Ho Fishing Canoe and Fish for the Blue, as well as Phillips and
Some nice
God,
Chelseas.
everybody. Who was this? Brian Hammer.
Nice mess of trout.
Laid him out in the wood.
Who's that guy?
Captain
Oh, Carlito.
Carlito.
Secret spot.
Captain
Teddy's
Teddy's
best client.
Holy smokes.
That's D's
Oh, is that Carter's new boat?
father-in-law. Or no, that's not Carter, right?
Yeah, that's Captain Carter.
Is it? Oh, okay.
That's his new boat. You haven't seen that thing yet, Louie?
No, I've seen it.
That is a monstrous grouper.
He started running that out of Ozello. Captain Gene, he was with
Jacob that day.
Captain Jacoby.
Yep. I did a tandem trip. Good day.
There's some shallow bottom groupers.
Very nice. Usually has
Jessica
a
and James.
bass or a redfish. Nice to see a grouper.
Man,
in
look at
hand.
the colors flare up on the one Jessica's
I
holding.
know, it's pretty.
That thing's cool.
That's that camo you're looking for.
Yep.
This
There's
is the
some
fastest
studs.
limit of groupers I've ever caught.
That is a behemoth
Gosh,
of a
really?
fish.
I swear to you, it took us all of 4 minutes.
That first one looks like it's about
Really?
to slide
It was
off the table. There's so
crazy.
much weight on the tail.
It had 20-pounder.
Very nice.
Pretty cool. That was today.
Captain Teddy,
Super
those are
Luke.
guys from today with the big mud flaps, right?
Yeah.
What do you say
It
they
was
weighed?
his
100
birthday.
pounds each?
Oh no, you said they were
something.
way overbuilt.
Yeah. It was
Way
his
overbuilt.
son's birthday was today.
Oh, good deal.
Nice.
Captain Zachry. A whole lot of red.
That's a nice mess of fish. I think that was a
That had been a
Tandem,
team effort.
yeah.
right?
That was 2 trips. 2
Yeah.
months.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I was say there's 7 redfish there.
Oh, there she is.
Miss Marina, rest in peace, girl.
So as you all, I'm sure, have heard, one of our team members, family members, passed away, left behind a lot of memories. There she is. Gosh, she's beautiful. Pain in the ass sometimes, but she was our pain in the ass.
All the time.
All the time. So, all right, Teddy, spin the wheel. We've got our 6 people here. Is this Chris Dunning that's on here? Chris Dunning. Chris Dunning's on the board. How about that? All right, so we got
Ready?
6 figures on that board.
Who are you going for,
We
Teddy?
got the names that are associated with those figures.
I'm going with the scrim.
Wait, what was the answer to the question, Teddy?
Real Addict fishing charters.
Real Addict Fishing Charters. Here we go.
Go for the snook.
Snook? I'm going shrimp.
I'll say the black drum / sheepshead.
Don't look too excited now.
That
Whoa!
was silent but deadly. Boats.
Like your
Oh!
Is that?
What is it?
How does that
That
work?
is-
That is not the snook. It's not on the line.
It's not on the line.
No,
It's below it.
That's below it.
Billy?
Oh, it's below it. It is.
Is it below it?
Yeah, it's below it.
Technically below it. Yep.
Don't
So,
take
grouper.
Teddy on a tournament.
Who got the grouper?
That's on Goliath. And that
It's
would
26 and 3/4. That's 27.
be. How about that?
Who is it?
Jessica. Congratulations,
Nice.
Jessica. Good
Way to
deal.
be a girl.
How about that? All right, guys.
Got the goodie bag.
So as we were saying earlier, not next Friday, but the following Friday. We have Friday Night Fish Talk next Friday as well. But the following Friday, you guys are racing from Tank Island to here for $500.
And whoever loses drinks a Costa Rica.
And we're making Costa Ritas. Oh, yeah. Oh, and actually, Sean is just about finished with the third and final New Waters episode of the year. This one's presented by Phillips Auto Group as well. So let's go ahead and check out the teaser real quick. This will be posted up on YouTube here soon. We'll let you all know when. Check it out.
What? Bro! Wow!
All right, so there's the Beyond the Keys teaser for you, coming soon to a YouTube near you. Nobody laughed at that? I thought it was pretty good. That was pretty good.
What was the joke?
To a YouTube near you. Oh, coming soon. We'll be back next Friday. We'll come up with a subject here soon. And as always, we'll come up with a secret question at the very end of the show. We'll see you next Friday. Thank you for watching. Tight lines.
Good night.
All right.
I don't know where it came from. Tune in this Friday. Tune in this Friday. Because what? Damn. I quit this place.